Nicky Hawkins outside the London Stadium, West Ham Fan TV. It's post-match reaction to the I can only say mauling that we've just got here against Arsenal. I mean, we've gone back 15 years looking at a result like this. I mean, it was passionless, embarrassing, clueless, wrong in terms of the way we approach the game. The choice that we've been, the choice of players that was put out there, the substitutions, the application, the execution, everything was wrong about today. And there's going to be questions asked. I mean, you see these people that have been clinging on to the fact that we've been sixth in the league for a long time. We're slipping down that table, we're slipping down quick. No win in 2024. Lots of goals being conceded. Defensively, looking awful. No matter how defensive we set up, you've got players there, attacking players that were, I think, pushing us through games at the start that have lost a bit of form. That was always the trouble. For me, this is a result that's been coming.
It's fucking disgusting what I've seen today, mate. And Moyes, look, we're going to go into the manager and all of that stuff, but the way I look at it is them players today, fuck whatever the manager's told you to do when it's free now. Do your own thing. Take some pride in your own performance. Go out there, fucking put some tackles, do something. Like, there's no one that can hold their head up higher today.
Bowen.
But listen, Bowen's put in a situation where the guy's like my height and he's playing as a fucking target man, having long balls lumped up to him. So people can, like I said, players have got to take their blame. But Moyes is putting that out there. Moyes is isolating players on the bench that naturally fit certain positions. What are we doing?
Sold a lot.
Yeah.
We've sold a lot.
We have.
Look, I think, to me, both of you have summed it all up. What is there to say? I think we've got to start by, listen, Arsenal were the better team. They were the better team. And that goes without saying. They put in
Mate, when we were that shit,
listen,
it does go without saying.
They were
the
better team, and they put in their best performance of the season against us, yeah? I think the first 18, 20 minutes, it was okay. It was all right. I think the shape was all right in terms of our shape and stuff, and they found it a little bit hard to break down. However, if we look at the situation with regards to, I guess, what Nicky's saying in terms of our defence, we really need to look at our defence and the rest of the team. But we've got a lot of problems, yeah? And with regards to the tactical setup for this game, Dan, you've said it all season. The way we try to play is not sustainable. So if you come with a game plan like that, if we concede the first goal, the game's done.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. The game is done. What happened is when it got to 2-0 down, a lot of players' heads dropped. And once that happened, the writing was on the wall. We're playing a team today who had the best set-piece record coming into this game today, 14 goals scored against the worst set-piece team in us in terms of conceding goals. So I was cringing with every set-piece.
Why is Souček on this pitch? Because every time I hear about, Souček, he's great in both boxes, he's great at defending set pieces, he's great at attacking set pieces. He's not scoring set pieces, he's not fucking defending set pieces. He done nothing. And the guy does not get subbed off. He does not get dropped. He's there every week. Why?
I mean, I know it's 4-0 at half time, but bringing Alvarez off at half time, it was madness.
But it was a red card waiting to happen, man.
Yeah, it was a red card waiting to happen. But fuck me, I honestly, it's because the only reason he was a red card because he was the only one getting it near anybody.
Yeah,
the midfield were so far apart from anybody. I mean, that they was playing between the lines. They was passing. I mean, that Saka goal was disgraceful. The 6-1, I think it was the 6-1. Was it the 6-1? Fifth one. I lost count at that point. But no, it was a disgrace. They was all standing around. We're static. We can't play football. I've seen 5-yard passes from players that can't play 5-yard passes, going astray, as usual. We never, ever, ever look like we can play football. And do you know what? Lucky on the fan cams summed it up for me. It is a result that's been waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Not only has it been a result that's waiting to happen, it highlighted today against a good footballing side. You can say what you want about Arsenal, you know what I mean? Like, have they been as good as last year? Listen, they're still in a race for it, and now they're picking it up. You know, they're picking up their form at the right time. You know, how this lot lost to us on day after Boxing Day at the Emirates, I fucking don't know, because that was pretty much the same side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
Zuma needs to fuck off and get out this side. I mean, Mavropanos, I think, has been a little. Look, I know he makes mistakes, but the mistakes I've seen Zuma make in the last couple of games, and the Bournemouth one, his legs are gone.
Zuma's broken. His body's broken down, right? You can go back to when we signed him. There was all that stuff with the medical. There was other teams that didn't want to touch him. We're now seeing years later why. He, unfortunately, listen, the guy is a good defender and he's a good player and he's a good character, but his body's broken. And come next season, we've really got a problem when it comes to defence. We've got to reinvent the team.
The season so well, but this is the thing, because of his fitness. Now we get into this point, his body can't handle it.
Dan, I can't
He's
see
one of our better players early on
the
in the
fitness
season.
of the whole side in the middle of February.
What did Ben Rama say at Lyon? Now he's come to Lyon. This is the most intensity he's trained with in a long time. Maybe he had something there. Maybe.
You know what? Jumping on a few things, right? One of the things for me is so going on the Souček thing. Souček is there to just chase shadows. If you look today,
he can't get near anyone.
He's basically chasing shadows.
Can't win an header.
He's chasing Trossard, Erdegaard. He's just running around chasing shadows, and it makes us a man light. The thing with us, right? If we're going to play the game we played today, in terms of what we've done respectively for the first 18 minutes or so, you need to be able to have patterns of play. With us, we don't have any patterns of play. So when we do have the ball, we don't use it appropriately, and it doesn't seem to be an idea of what we're doing with the ball, even when we have it. And for me, that's the problem. There's no patterns of play. It just makes us look stupid.
You're spot on, and this is why I can't stand to watch us when we have the ball, because we are so static. I'm so sick of seeing a player get the ball and stand there and look around for someone to pass to, only to pass it backwards, only to pass it backwards again, and then sideways, and then try and progress it. And then that's what we do.
I mean, I see in the second half, Mavropanos, right? Soufal's on running down the line, yeah? Mavropanos run past him, yeah? Run past him because he was going to be offside. He run past him with the ball, turn around and give it back to him. Put it in his path. Why can't any of these players put a fucking ball into a path? I've never seen it.
No.
I've never seen it. You see the way Arsenal play football. And I'm not just talking about Arsenal. Bournemouth done it to us in the last game here, yeah? They play football. They know where to pass the ball. They know how to hit the gaps. They know,
We pass the ball behind players.
Always.
So they have to drop back and collect it.
Always.
Like you said, you never the space in front for them to run onto. We don't
play
do that.
it into his path. If he loses it, he loses it. At the end of the day, it was fucking 5-0 by then. I just don't understand. I don't understand what they do. I don't understand what they're doing in training. We need new coaches. We need football coaches, people that can actually teach a team how to play football, because we've got some good players, really good players. We ain't got a good team.
Yeah, and spot on. We haven't got a good team at all. And I think, look, the writing's on the wall. If you look, people will now begin to start to see. If you look at the form table throughout the whole Premier League, you look at us, we're going to be down there. You know what I mean? We haven't won this year, yeah? That's another defeat. Like you said, we're slipping down the table. So for me, we're in a situation, we were hanging our hats on Kudus coming back and Paqueta coming back.
I always said this. When they come back, they need to come back with the same tenacity that they did. And there was always going to be a risk that they wasn't going to be.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing, we've got 8 players sitting behind the ball that cannot defend, right? They're lumping it up there, just hoping and praying someone like Kudus or Bowen gets on the end of it, and we can score a goal, and then we can all 10 can sit behind them. There's no game plan.
Yeah.
There's no thought about what happens if there's no scenario training.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What happens if you find yourself 2-0 down? How do we change? None of that.
Yeah.
Carrying on. How you can sit there at 4-0 down at half time, right? And at 4-0, you're out the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're leaving people like Danny Ings, right? Who in a couple of interviews before this, yeah, when Moyes was going into the game against, I believe it was Bournemouth, yeah, turned around and said, Danny's not had the best of times. He seems to be playing himself into a bit of he is. Danny's a bit disappointed. He had his best game against Sheffield United. He needs minutes to get himself up to scratch. Ain't played since. Cornet, who all of a sudden started to look a little bit of an improved player than he has been, ain't played since.
He's got pace, which we lack.
Ben Johnson hasn't played here for about 8 months before he got into this run of team. All of a sudden he's playing left wing.
The thing is, and that's a good point, I think, but in some respects, Ben Johnson has contributed not to his...
Do you know what?
Yeah.
He's been one of our
Well,
better players.
this is what I mean, because...
But that doesn't mean...
And he's out of contract.
No, but this is the thing. Because he's actually played good in, the last 3 games or whatever it is, he's then been crowbarred into the team. So on the left-hand side, we effectively got 2 defenders. Yeah, so no one's running beyond each other. When Alvarez is running ahead, he's dropping in and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's
Fuck off, Lee. Honestly, fuck off. I want to see you today.
he's contributed to the problem.
Shut up, Dom.
Go
on.
It's contributed to the problem in some respects, but that's not again, that's the manager's decision. That's nothing to do with him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like I said. Off camera, what they've said is right. They're not going to win the league. They're going to celebrate like they have just won the league. It's 2-1 in my book. We beat them twice. They beat us once, right? But at the end of the day, we got to look at ourselves. And yeah, like I said, our defence has been poor, and we can't keep being over-reliant on Kudus. Moyes has to find another way. And
he ain't got another way.
No,
it's got one path. That's it, one path, and we're walking down it.
That's the problem, and it's his job. He gets paid a lot of money to find solutions. And you can't sit there and keep looking at, Sullivan should have given more money, he should have signed this player. No, listen, he's been given hundreds of millions of pounds to build this team with the weakest squad depth. We've seen Fornals go and score banger for Real Betis. Yeah. And the guy that was wasted on the left wing.
Do you know what it is? Because they've just found their confidence. Yeah. They've just been drained of everything. Everybody that doesn't fit into Moyes' favourable 11 just gets the fucking... anything, any bit of fucking hope they have squeezed out of them. They get annoyed. I've seen players like, remember the midfielder? Who's the midfielder we had? The Czech midfielder.
Oh,
Krau, right? Krau said that because he wasn't in the first team plans, he come here, David Moyes didn't even talk to him. He used to walk past him. He used to go, hello, boss. He used to just ignore him. You know what I mean? Like, that is no way to treat people. Like, and I've been saying this all season. When you need to rely on them people, you need to treat everybody like they're included, like they're part of your plans. Like there is their time. Their time. You've got to wait for your time, but there is a time, And when you've got a chance, you've got to grab it. And I promise you, if you can grab it, you've got an opportunity. You know what I mean? I'll give you an opportunity. It drains the confidence. That's why he's got to leave this football club. He's got to leave this football club because everybody outside that first 11 and the good players in the first 11, they will fuck off. Yeah. They won't be loyal. The Kuduses and the Alvarez maybe, the Pacatars, maybe the Bowens. Yeah. They won't be around. Yeah. They won't be around long term.
I'll say this, right, because look, I've been Moyes' biggest critic. I don't think he should get a new contract end of season unless we have someone now that we can get now. I don't see a point, and it's going to be unpopular, in sacking him right now. Let him ride out. Yeah, okay, he won us a trophy. Look, let him ride out and have so he's not sacked. His contract is ended. He parts. Thank you very much for the trophy and the European run. Good luck. We go in a different direction.
Europe's done. After this round of 16, round of 8, mate, we're not going past that. I'm going to tell you that now. With the squad we've got, he's going to have to make a choice.
Yeah, exactly. And I think with the games we've got coming up, on paper...
There ain't no Europe next year. Put your passports away. We're not going back.
Yeah.
One last start.
Listen, on the run of form we are, I can't see where the next wins come in. There needs to be some serious conversations, like, you know what I mean? There needs to be some kind of lock-in in that dressing room.
And then Brentford at home, mate. They've really tough.
I'm telling you what, if I was anyone worth a salt in that West Ham changing room, I'd have gone in there full time, I would have locked it and I'd start smacking people up.
Yeah.
Honestly. And sit down and say, you're not leaving the stadium until we sort this shit out.
Yeah.
Manager and all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, there we go.
And that's what I mean. There needs to be some leadership in there, some raised voices to kind of change these fortunes. But
who is that leader? Who is that one that is going to go and get into these players and say that's
being like that? Yeah. Maybe even a Kudus.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean?
This is what I'm saying. I kind of feel for Kudus because he's come back from Ghana where he carried that team and they let him down. Yeah. And now it's the same thing for West Ham.
Let me just have a quick word, Lee. I want to get something off of your just post-match.
Down there, old son.
Lee. A big smile from Lee. Lee, Give your thoughts on West Ham today. Not Arsenal. I don't want to know about Arsenal. I want to know about West Ham.
Well, listen, I was just saying to Dom, like, I mean, first 20 minutes up until the goal, there was nothing in it. Like, I mean, West Ham were doing okay. And you can't, as I say, I don't think you should judge West Ham after that on a game like that today. Arsenal with a purple patch. I think from the penalty onwards, there was about a 5-minute spell. Got 3 goals. That don't normally happen in a game of football, like, But before the game, I'd have said, like, this is going to be a real tough game. Game. I don't think any Arsenal fan would have predicted that, to be honest. How easy it was in the end is a concern for West Ham. I think you have to admit that, defensively don't look as good as what
Chasing
you
shadows, Lee. When we
listen, when Arsenal are on their game, they're a very, very good team. You know what I mean? As you see today, Odegaard, I thought was unplayable at times today, But if that front three click as it did today, with Trossard in there, it's a very, very difficult time for anybody. But as I say, 7th in the league. I don't think it's panic stations yet.
8th.
Is it 8th now? Sorry, we
8th and dropping.
Well, all right,
But Lee, what did I say on your channel, right, is that low block is your kryptonite, right? When you score that set piece, that all of a sudden gets overruled because now we have to progress and come forward, and then that's it.
Well, that is true. You had to change, and the one thing what let West Ham down was, and you don't see it very often, is a ball over the top for the penalty. Saka, when you were so high up, like where even at, say at 0-0, he wasn't like that. So. Did you go a little bit too early for it? I don't know. Should have just dropped off and all that. So I do see that. But listen, 8th in the league. I don't think there's no way. I watched the game last week, Man United. There's no way that was a 3-0 defeat. Your chances missed at the wrong times and things like that. Today, I'm going to be really honest. I say it to Dom. Sorry. I say it to Dom as well. I just said it to Dom as well. I don't think it was a 6-0 defeat performance today. I just think sometimes you get those sort of games when a team as good as Arsenal can be on their day, everything they hit went in. Listen, it could have been the same at the Emirates, but it weren't because you rode your luck or got dug in and you took your chances. There really weren't a lot in that game. The goalkeeper's made a great save at 0-0. But goals change games, Nick, and that's probably what happened.
And
it's one of those games. What can a manager do at 4-0? And I'll be really honest. We were saying that at half time. If he comes out and we blow you away again second half, people are going to turn around and go, "Oh, why has he left himself so open and all that?" If then you say, right, we're going to carry on and play the block and everything like that, and it's a 0-0 second half, everyone's going to say, why hasn't he gone for it? So it was a very, very difficult situation for West Ham to be in at that point, But listen,
I think he done what we didn't want to be done, though, Lee, and that's carry on as it is. That's ridiculous. It's mad.
Yeah. Listen,
listen. At the end, I'm going to tell.
We had 3 chances.
I'm going to be straight with you, right? Arteta took mercy on us in the end because he started bringing on kids and all that. It kept the same 11. I nearly thought for himself, these past couple of times when these have done us and these fucking title, the title from last year, they said they lost it here, right? The Carabao Cup game and the one at the Emirates, he thought, fuck them. I want to punish these cunts, right? If he left them same 11 on, I think it'd been a record.
Yeah, well, there was part of that. But when the job's done, from an Arsenal point of view, job's done, you're actually thinking.
You've got to look for the next one.
On the next one, So that is there, I'll be very, very disappointed if we ever got into a position like that against Tottenham and he done that. You know what I mean? Because it's a different thing. But from our point of view today, it was just we've got a result today, which was difficult. We've got another game coming up in a week's time. Move on,
Right.
Can we just talk a little bit, Declan?
No.
I just want to say one thing about Declan Rice. Got a lot of stick at the Emirates from the West Ham fans and all that. Forget about his performance today. I thought he's so dignified today. He could have given it to West Ham fans, but he didn't. The bloke's class, you know what I mean? And I know that one day you will appreciate him again. I thought he was different class the way he responded to everything today. But
the thing is, what the Arsenal fans don't mention, right, is during the 90 minutes, it's all pantomime, right? At the Carabao Cup, he came over to the West Ham fans where I was sat in and clapped, and we all clapped him back, right?
And they did today.
Because that's it. During that 90 minutes, that our job is to rile you up, put you off, right? Like I said, Panama will boo him, sign for a big club. No one's like, it never turns nasty, right? And that's what it is. So if he went and celebrated today, it would have been a different story.
Yeah, completely. And
No,
but to be fair as well, like like you said, it is all pantomime, and the booze died down. To be fair, but the respect was shown.
Because everyone fucked off.
Yeah, no, the respect was shown at the end both ways. So yeah,
He's got to be respected. I can't see anyone like, listen, me and him have had words of fucking in the ground about it, about what I said on the preview. You know what I mean? He wasn't happy with what I said. But I've always said the same thing about Declan. I'll always reiterate, I'm never fucking divert my opinion. My opinion is my opinion.
He's
don't worry about meeting him. Don't worry about
He's the best player we've ever had of all time, if you ask Nicky.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
That's bollocks. It's not true.
Thank you. It's a matter of opinion.
It is, but it's bollocks.
But listen, I think, like, you know, don't as West Ham fans, keep the faith.
Like he wanted to kill me.
Because I still think that you'll do all right this season. Don't forget, you still got the Europa League. You're still in that. Like, so. Listen, and David Moyes, I don't care what anybody could say. He can grind out results when it's different and things like that, you know. So I don't think you should be too down at being a West Ham at the moment.
Thank you, Lee. I appreciate the words. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Take care. See you later, mate. See you later, mate. I'm going now.
Fuck off now, please.
Just tell me.